Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. In today's episode we are taking a look of the progress of my granny square cardigan, and I have a couple of finished socks for you, and also I am revealing my new summer top design. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, maybe grab your knitting and get cozy. So let's get started. Hi friends! Welcome back. My name is Annina if you are new here. I'm a knitwear designer based on the west coast of Finland, and this is my channel where I share all the things that I work on, all my designs and all the other projects that are on my needles. And yeah, here you can also see some behind the scenes of a knitwear designer, so if that's something you are interested in, then let's dive in and see what we have for today's episode. Today I'm wearing my Tankar Tee. This is a version that I finished maybe a month or two ago, and yeah, it's still unblocked. I'm afraid I have forgotten to give it a good wet block. I did steam it lightly, but yeah, it's still a little bit stiff. It's unblocked, but I have been wearing it anyway, so I don't know if is it always necessary to block everything that we make. I don't know, but for now it has worked well as it is. I think it's just a tiny bit short that I think I will get into the blocking soon, but for now I can still wear it as it is, and that's what I'm wearing today. I will link all the patterns that I talk about under this video, so into the description below. So if you are interested, you can take a look at there, and also you can find other helpful links. I have to admit that probably I'm not the best of making notes, but I hope that they are still, somewhat useful, and you can find something useful down in there. But should we get into my finished objects for today? I was already supposed to film a week ago, so I have a ton of things to show, but I don't think I'm going to show everything today because I had planned on filming another video a week from now. So I'll talk about some stuff today and I'll leave some stuff for the next episode. But this is something that I did show you in my previous episode as a whip, and it was not done then, and here it is. This is my Lotus Lake scarf. It is a pattern that is it's not currently in testing, but I have already put out the test call to my newsletter subscribers. So unfortunately, if you are not subscribed to my newsletter already, you have missed the test opportunity for this shawl. But if you are not subscribed yet and you would like to have some testing opportunities, you can also find the link to subscribe to my newsletter down there. But yeah, this is a little summery scarf, and it's one of these small scarves. I don't even know how to wear this thing. I think I would tie it on the back and then bring these little ends in the front. So this is using the same texture, so a ribbed body and then the lace border, than my Lotus Lake socks. And you can also find this lace pattern in my Lotus Lake tee and soon to be released Lotus Lake pullover, which is also pattern in testing. But yeah, it finally worked out. I was talking about my challenges with this shawl or scarf, this scarf in my last episode, and I'm really happy to announce that it worked out, and it turned out the way that I wanted. So the way this is constructed is that we start from the tip and we increase on other end or other side, and once we are around here, I guess, no, maybe here. I'm sitting quite close, so I don't know how well you can see. So when we are here, we are shaping this body with short rows before we move into the lace. So there's quite a few techniques, and I think it's a fun little knit. And my scarf used up, I think, 60 grams of fingering weight yarn, so it doesn't really take a lot of yarn, and it's finished with I-cord edges. It's really hard to show you, but it's finished as we go with I-cord edging, and that makes it a little nicer to work on, because then you don't have to go back and add any edging. So yeah, one skein shawl. I used Wool Me One's fibers, merino sock in the colorway Lady of Shallot, and I think it's a nice, beautiful summery shawl, and it's going to be in testing. I did ask your opinion about the duration of the test, but I lost almost 2 weeks of work because I was very, very sick, and therefore I didn't have time to put it out to be released on the Knit in Public Day. So I have postponed it, and I will be releasing this in the beginning of August. So there will be a proper, I think, 5 to 6 week window for the test, but yeah, I haven't fully decided yet because I have to I have to write down the details. But anyway, I will do that after this video, and when this goes live, the test call has already been up. But yes, Lotus Lake scarf, and I have to be very pleased of this because it took quite a few tries, and it worked out in the end the way that I wanted. But yeah, that was a long-winded way of saying that I finished my Lotus Lake scarf. Before we are going into my granny square cardigan and the top that I was talking about, I have finished quite a few socks, and they are all the same pattern. Let me grab them. So I have shown you before my Midsummer Magic Socks. So I have two versions. One is a shorter leg with stockinette foot. I did add a little ribbing on the foot, but that's optional. That's something you can choose to put there or not. And as you can see, I had another skein of the same colorway of the Wool Me One's fibers, because originally they were meant to be a shawl, a bigger shawl. And yeah, so I used it for this Midsummer Magic sock. It's an all-over lace sock. So this is actually the sock that it's in the pattern, and it has this little lace flower buds and some ribbing details in the middle. And it wasn't a completely smooth test knit, but I had the most wonderful group of testers yet again, and they helped me out, and we managed to get it in a good place, the pattern. And yeah, it wasn't smooth sailing, even though it was in tech editing, but there was some stuff that wasn't, you know, caught in the tech editing. And actually my first sock is slightly different to my second. but I don't care. I don't think you can see it. It's just a matter of one stitch being, you know, not centered, and that's fine. But it's fixed in the final pattern. The testers have all, I don't know if they are all finished, but they are nearly finished. It's wrapping up next week, and we are releasing this pattern next week. But because the test knit wasn't going so smoothly, I had to do another dupe. I had to rework some parts of the pattern, so I did make another sock, and maybe you can tell this is a thicker yarn. I'm using Novita Nalle, which is 300 meters per 100 grams, so sometimes it's classified as a DK, sometimes it's classified as a sport, but I used 48 stitches, and this stitch count is not in the pattern because it's a fingering weight pattern, and 48 stitches is quite small for fingering weight yarn. But I just wanted you to know that you can also use DK weight yarn if 48 stitches is a good match for you. And I did make one of these so that I could test the larger size because it uses half repeats. So a little bit difficult stitch count. It's a 16 stitch repeat, so there's only going to be 2 sizes available in the pattern. But as you can see, you can also do it in DK and in 48 stitches if you have any, you know, experience in sock knitting, so that you can alter the heel size. It's not explained in the pattern. But I made one, and where's the other? I did start a second one. It's on the floor right there. I'm not gonna get up and get it, but I have done also most of the leg for the second one as well. And yeah, it worked up so nice and quick compared to these fingering weight ones. And now I have both of my sample pairs are done, and this weekend we are taking pictures, and let's hope for some flowery goodness, because the spring has been so delayed here in Finland, and we've had just a week of 10 degrees, and now finally we have some leaves on the trees. But 2 weeks ago it was still all gray, and yeah, so the spring was very delayed. But now it's done, and actually today is the 28th, Wednesday 28th of May, and it's actually the last day of school for my kids. They stop really early here in Finland. They have a 10-week summer holiday, the kiddos, and next fall in August I have the first grader and then a preschooler. So they go to school here at the age of 7. So my 5-year-old, soon to be 6, he starts preschool, and my older son, he's going to be a first grader. So exciting times, and now just we have to manage childcare for 10 weeks, because we decided to keep them home for the whole summer. But that's enough of that. As I mentioned earlier, I did have a little health issue. It wasn't really an issue. I just had a cold, virus of some sort. I had incredibly sore throat for 2 weeks, and I was home from work for a week because I didn't sound good. I had fever for a couple of days, and yeah, I was just not well. And because I wasn't well, I felt like my head was all mushy, and I couldn't concentrate on the things that I wanted to get done. But I did manage to do something that otherwise I don't think that I would have. And this is the project that I started in the beginning of this year. If you've been here since then, maybe you remember I was crocheting these granny squares while we were having this renovation. And tan tan ta, let me show you what I have for the cardigan right now. First of all, I will put a video here before I added any borders. I was asking on Instagram how I should continue, how should I, do the ribbings and whatnot. And I got some helpful tips, but I really liked this length. I liked the sleeves. Originally, my idea was to add, sorry, I still have a little hoarse throat, I think, with all the talking. It sounds like I'm losing my voice a little bit, but let's not get bothered by that. My idea was to have a button band, 2x2 rib button band in the front, also 2x2 rib cuffs and 2x2 rib hem. That was my original idea. That was my original intention. But when I did piece all the pieces together, as you saw, I decided that I like the length. I like the sleeves. I like that it gives this kind of a jackety kind of a feel. So I started working on the button band. And I did some decreases on the corners. So that it would bring, it was really wide, the neckline, so it would bring it in. And I finished it off with an I-cord. It's not blocked yet. I really like how it looks, but it's not fitting well. I did decrease too many stitches, and I was decreasing on every other round, and that's too much. That's too much, and it feels too tight. Maybe I can try to put it on. It's too wide and it's too tight here on the neck. It feels like it's choking me, and it also makes the front hem to ride up because it's too tight here. So if you have any great suggestions, send them my way. Please comment if you have experience. I find that my pickup rate was excellent. It's not bunching, even though I haven't even blocked, I haven't even steamed this. So I feel like it's laying quite nicely. So that was a success. My pickup rate was great. Should I try this again to bring it in? Should I leave all the decreases out? What should I do? Do you have any experience in this matter? Because and also, do you think that the I-cord finish is great? Because I was planning on doing, actually I did, let me show you. I did go around the hem as well with an I-cord. I think it looks nice, which I also need to rip back. This is like, probably I won't rip it. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I don't even remember where I started it. I went all around. I started from here. I don't know. Any helpful tips are most welcome, because yeah, this was 2 weeks ago when I was home, and then I have been catching up with work, so I haven't been doing this ever since. But I really love the way that it came together. I got this advent calendar from Wool, which was gifted for me, so technically ad gifted. And then I used some leftover yarns that I had to create these granny squares, and I bought some not double Sunday, it's just a regular Sunday, Sundance Gone Sunday to, go around. I have plenty of of that now because I I has had intended to do more knitted ribbing here, but yeah, it's going to be so cute. And I think when we are home for, I have also a 2-week holiday coming up, so I think I will concentrate on this during the time that we are home. And I really want to wear this for the Jyväskylä Knit Festival this end of June. So this is going to be on the list. And I will also finish the sleeves with an I-cord edging, so to tie it all together. But yeah, so my question is, what should I do with the button band? Should I just decrease on the back side and not on the front? Should I decrease a fewer stitches? Should I make the button band a little less wide? Give me your opinion. It's this is the first ever crochet garment that I'm making, so, and my second ever crocheted granny square project, so yeah, I like to start with the challenging ones apparently. And yeah, I will talk to you when this is ready, but in the meantime, I would like to hear your opinion about this one. Whew, that took us a while. And then what else? While I was also sick, as I said, I didn't feel like using my brain, but I had created, I had seen a lace motif that I liked. I had redrawn the chart for my own use, and I started a sock, and it's so not my color. It's this crazy highlighter yellow, and actually it's quite fun, but it's crazy bright, and yeah, I don't think it's going to be for me because this is probably not a color that I am comfortable with. I like colors, but as you can tell, I like moody, earthy colors and also like bright blues and those kinds of colors, but this is something else. This is the lace motif that I used for it, and I don't even know if this is going to be a pattern, and I did make the chart for 3 different sizes while I was at it, but I don't know if it's too simple. Otherwise it's just a stockinette back, and I'm gonna continue with the lace in the front all down the foot. And yeah, it was mindless in a way that I was just, you know, following the chart, reading the chart, but I didn't have to think about wording or anything else. I was just knitting for the sake of it, and this has also been hibernating ever since. I did do this in one day, and then it's been sitting here. So crazy bright lace sock. And yeah, you can also tell me if there's a market for another simple lace sock. And yeah, I was also toying with the idea to just, you know, give out the chart for free, and then, you know, you can make your own if you want. But I don't know, let me know what you think. And there's no name for this because it was just something to keep my mind occupied and you know, alternate between naps and knitting. So yeah, that was a cast on a whim. And yeah, what can I say? Sock knitting makes me happy, and it always has, and I always have a couple of pairs of socks on the go because that's my that's my safe haven. That's my go-to relaxing project because it doesn't really feel like work. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about today is a new summer top design. And I don't know, I didn't plan on making any summer tops for this summer, and I think that I am still a little bit late to the party because it is already almost June, and a test knit for the top would require, well, if I would do a partial test knit, we could do it in like, I don't know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, perhaps. So it would be still the end of, I don't know, June, July, end of July. And I don't know if there's a market for a summer top anymore in, late July. So anyway, for now, it's just a me project. It's something that I wanted to make. And this is something that I've been wanting to make since last summer. I had this idea. I saw all these beautiful mesh patterns everywhere, and I had this vision of a mesh top with tight shoulder straps, because I always I'm a busty girl and I need to wear thick straps to hold them up. So I can never wear these kind of skinny tanks because I need to cover my bra straps. And I had this idea of a knotted top with mesh kind of fabric. Before I show you the final version, I'll show you what I started with. I felt lazy. I came across this stitch pattern, and then I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I have had in mind, and this is what I want to incorporate to my idea. And then I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do any math. I did a swatch. I measured my gauge, and I was like, I'll start bottom up. And that's the easy way to go. And then I can just decrease and And then I was like, I started the project. I cast on 230 stitches and I started to make the lace. And good news is that I really like it. It's kind of like, it gives me garden fence, vibes. I think it's the combination of the color and the lace itself, with these like fence poles and but I really do like the lace pattern. But I managed this far. This is like 5 centimeters or something like that. And then I was like, but I never do anything bottom up. Like I never do anything bottom up. I was starting to create the pattern. I started with the math. Originally, I just wanted to make the circumference, and then I was like, then I will, figure out the rest later. But then I was like, I don't even enjoy making bottom up garments myself. So why would I design something that I don't want to wear or make? Because especially with different proportions, it's good to know the fit before you are too far along. So if you are starting and it doesn't seem like a right fit, you can go back, you can rip out, and then start again. So then I was like, all right, reset and start over. I did all my math first, so I have created, I've crunched all the numbers, and then I started making the top. And this is what I have. This is now, it's going to be exactly the same back and front, and these are going to be tied on the shoulder. So there's going to be this knot kind of a situation on the shoulder. And yeah, so this is the front or the back. I haven't decided yet. What I should do, I should now write it up, because I kind of want to make, I need to write it up, and then I'm making the second top half, and then I will join it together and then work from there. But yeah, this is what I got, and this is something that I'm toying with the idea of maybe making, but as I already told you, my kids will be home. I don't know how much time I have to do stuff. Worst case scenario, I will make this and I will put it on hold, and then I will come back to it next year, in the beginning of the year. But I don't even know. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll put a picture. I took this picture of this beginning of this top on top of a camisole, because like I had this idea of like a bathing suit cover up or like a summery tank. You should wear something underneath. So it's going to be all this mesh. It's not going to be something you would wear without anything underneath. So what do you guys think? Is this too risque, or is it okay to have something so, I don't know, holy? Or I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. I just followed my joy. I followed my intuition. I followed my idea, and I really, really like it. And I always wear a camisole anyway, also during the summer. So for me, it's not a problem to wear something underneath a strappy camisole or something. But do you think I'm onto something, or should I just put it back, make it for my own pleasure, and then, forget about it? I don't know. Please give me your opinion. I will listen to it or not. But I don't know. I'm always this way. The ideas just come on the wrong time, and I felt like I've been all over the place. I was supposed to do my USPA blouse, and it's again on hold. And I don't know, if I want to make this summer top, I think I would have to, bring it up in my list and work on it like now. Now would be a good time. Or I don't know, what should I do? But yeah, those are the things that I have been working on, and I hope this was interesting to you. I hope you enjoyed watching today's episode. I'll come back in a week or so. We will have a pattern release by then. And also what I wanted to say that Midsummer Magic Socks, we are hosting a cal when it launches. So the 6th of June, this pattern will be out, and there will be a knit along starting on the same day. So if you are interested in participating on the knit along, you can start collecting your yarn. You can start thinking of what color you would like to use for this sock, and I will announce the knit along on the next episode. We are going to have a little discount for this pattern as well, so stay tuned for the next episode if sock knitting is something that you would like to do this summer. And I think that was all for now. I think I need to go and rest my voice a little bit, and I have some computer work to do, so let's do that. And I'm glad you were here, and if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so if this is something that you enjoyed, and give my video thumbs up if you liked the episode, because it's always very helpful to have a little support from you guys. But until next time, happy knitting and bye for now.